Tell me what's up. And then we said, okay, I'm gonna take that into consideration.
Right.
And then we end up having our children, and we start trying to do the same thing with our children.
Mm-hmm.
And we might be like, well, y'all don't know nothing, but let me tell you how you can do this.
Right.
And they looking at it like, you don't know nothing because you didn't know this or you didn't know that, or you weren't able to help me with my homework because we doing this new type of math. So yeah, it's like the children are subliminally being raised to think that their parents and people older than them don't know shit.
Yep.
It sounds like I'm joking, but I'm serious because I could tell my children something. I had an issue with this. I said, if your teacher tells you to do something like this, that, the third, what you gonna do? They said they'll do it. I'm like, no, when I tell you to do it at the house, why can't I get that same thing? You're gonna argue with me, you're gonna huff and puff, but you don't do that at school, and they tell you the same thing. Why is it the teacher that gets more respect than the person who's feeding you? You know. And so me and my son had a little altercation. We were talking about. I said, so let me ask you something. Everything that I've taught you, can you tell me anything that you've learned in school that would help you in a survival situation? He dropped his head and said, no. I said, so if you get dropped off in the woods, do you think and one of your teachers have given you some information that could help you survive for 3-4 days till somebody can rescue you? He said, no. I said, but do you know what you could do? He said, yeah. I said, how did you get that? From you. I said, so I'm not trying to tell you I know everything. I'm just trying to give you what I do know and let you build off of that.
Right.
We try to catch this brother real quick before he go in this meeting.
Joe Finger.
What's up, brother? I know you got to go in that meeting, man. I know you got to be quick, man. But we was talking about one thing before I hollered at you earlier. How can we bridge the gap from the young folks to the old folks, man?
Well, I got a lot of questions to that answer, and I'll probably take up most of your show if I try to answer all of it, and I don't want to do that. It does just low down and dirty. So I'll give you a couple answers to that. On the aspects of that, and I just got through talking about the same conversation, so it's a coincidence that it's your topic this morning. I was talking about this last night and early this morning, like 2 a.m., about the gap between the generational gap is a communication. First of all, generational gap, because the society of teenagers and below the age of teenagers, young kids, are now more involved in technology. So if you just go out and look sometime, and when the restaurants were open, if you would look in the restaurants, when a family was eating or sitting down at the table, teenagers had their heads down, looking at their cell phones. And, the older people would probably be talking with each other. And that's one way that we have a generational gap with technology, and those who don't keep up with technology, they'll be left in the windward, because you have kids now. I got teenagers, and they'll text before they call.
Yeah.
If you call them, they won't even answer the phone. But when you text them,
they text you right back.
They respond right back.
It's crazy.
So the light bulb went off, ding, ding, ding. So I better start texting them, because that's how they communicate. So it's I call it it's a broken windows effect. So if one window is broken in the neighborhood, you want to fix that window right away. If not, another window become broken, then another window, and people would say, oh, okay, this is normal for all these windows to be broken. This neighborhood is ran down.
Yep.
Look at all these broken windows.
And people just accept it.
So we have to bridge that gap, because we have to start we have to figure out the ways that they communicate with them those ways, because technology is advancing. We're not going back. We're not going back to the 70s and the 60s and the 40s. So as far as you go along with your years, we're advancing. We're in year 2000, 2021 coming up. So we have to advance with technology. We also have to advance with the younger generation. If not, it's going to continue to be a downslide. And what I mean by the downslide is certain things I see that's happening right now today is because the young generation is not being taught. They're not being taught how to deal with conflict resolution. Their conflict resolution in today's time is a gun.
Right. Mm-hmm.
That's how they deal with stuff. So if we keep allowing this to happen and not bridge that gap and communicate with our young people on how to deal with conflict resolution, we're going to continue to see the increase in violence, gun death, shootings, etc. So a lot of these kids are in homes that don't have, figures that they can look up to and respect. So they turn to the streets, they turn to gangs, they turn to violence, they look at TV and videos. So they think that's the way to do things. They think that's the way to deal with conflict. And it's not, because they're not being taught. So to answer your question, we have to figure out ways to deal with the generational gap. And it starts early. You have to start dealing with kids at an early age. But sometime by the time they turn teenagers, it's too late. The streets got
Yeah,
them.
you're right.
Streets got them. And it's hard to get them from the streets.
It's hard for that parent even to deal with them. I don't think where that kid get a little whiff of that, and he'll fight that parent or she'll fight that parent.
Right.
Right.
It's true. It's true.
It's because that parent been so lenient and non-disciplined, non-teaching, and now you feel like when I tell you to do something and they woof up, you looking for that pistol now.
I wish
It's
we
true.
would have slammed the door when our mama used to tell us something. You slam a door,
Oh no,
you gonna have something right behind that.
these
Yeah.
kids is cussing the parent out. We didn't wasn't even allowed to mumble. What you say? Nothing.
But you know what? The boldness of children these days, you know where it comes from, right?
What?
See, they've been conditioned by, like you said, by television, movies, and shows that the stuff that's the most detrimental. Like, we know you get shot, you're screwed. But on TV, you get shot. Yeah, I'm all right. I got shot, but you see what I'm saying? So they ain't scared of nothing. Not saying being fearful, but just they're not worried of the consequences that can
yeah.
happen off of their actions. Like yesterday, a friend of mine said she was up somewhere and somebody tried to cut her off or hit her or something like that. She just blew the horn like, hey. And so they get to the light and the guy jumps out the car. He talking shit and he pulling on the door and this to the third. Now, if she had a gun and he got shot, everybody would have been like, she didn't have to shoot him. My baby gone and that ain't right. And then everybody want to start talking about gun violence and stuff like that. But no, guns don't kill people. Stupid people with guns kill people. But what about the
There you
people
go.
who got guns who protecting themselves? Because this is a man. Pretty much, that's an attack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's an attack.
Yeah,
Somebody
but he
pulling
got
on your
out his
door because your
car,
vehicle
yeah.
is now considered a part of your home. So you got the right to protect. You know what I'm saying? That's your life. And if you think you're in danger, and you protect yourself with that type of force, you gonna look like the bad guy. Like when they got shot, them guys that tried to carjack him, they were trying to look at him like he's the bad guy. I'm like, dude, might have been didn't nobody check his drawers. He might have peed on himself.
Yeah.
Just because he got a gun, it don't mean he the bravest soldier in the world. He might have been like, oh, I'm going home. That's my thing. I'm going home to my family.
Yeah.
So he might be like, I'm not gonna let these young guys take me out, and I done paid this money for this truck, and I'm working. I gotta go pick up some chicken for my wife for dinner, and y'all gonna try to take how I'm gonna get home. She gonna be mad.
Is he right, Jody?
That's right.
Huh?
Yes, that's right.
Oh, okay. I'm just asking because are you protecting yourself?
Yes.
And
And a lot of, and some things that, what the things that happen today, and everybody drives their cars on the interstate and on the city streets. And that's one of the ways of dealing with things. These people crazy out there. So if you cut somebody off, or if somebody is up on your bumper trying to get around you or something, it's best to just move over and let them go, because they're
Right.
going to pull a weapon out and shoot at you. That's the first thing they're going to do.
So
that's just
how can we bridge the gap with the young folks then? What's our move? What would we need to do?
we have to take this all the way back to
Mhm.
when we were small, when it says it takes a village to raise a child. We don't have those
Yep.
villages anymore.
Nope.
So we don't have a lot of homes with mothers, fathers, parents, and stuff. We have a lot of kids who living with grandmothers now, and
Yep.
a lot of that is deteriorating. So it's going to take a whole lot, and a lot of this we have, like I just said, we have to catch these kids when they're younger. It's not saying don't give up when they're older, but we got to catch them when they're younger. We got to steer them in the right direction. There was a study, and I forgot the name of the study, but it indicated that 1 out of 3 kids starting from school, you take 3 kids, and you separate 3 kids in each group, and 1 kid out of that 3 is going to go to prison. And these times, one of those kids is going to go to prison, one is going to die, and the other is going to, probably survive and make it through. That's just the reality,
Yeah.
and that's
Right.
what's going on right now.
To this very day.
That's why so
That's
many
what's,
young
that's what's
kids.
happening right now.
Damn.
But I think, and my brother used to always tell my younger brother that you met, he's always said, he said, you have to meet people where they are. If I'm an astronaut, I can't teach you about rocket science if all you know how to do is adding and subtraction. I got to build
Sure.
you up to this. So that means I got to come down to add and subtraction, and then we can work up to the multiplication division. Then we can go into the physics, and then we can start talking about rocket science after that. But if you're not at that level, so you have to get something. You have to find out what interests these young people, and the young
Yeah.
people need to find out what interests the older people, because you got to have some type of common ground.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you can't commune or communicate. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
You can't do that if you don't have any common ground. Well, I'm old, you young, and you don't. I don't listen to that type of music. I don't like this type of food. I don't. So what do y'all what do y'all have in common?
And sometimes you just have to take time out and listen
Listen
to
yep.
the kids. Sometimes they might really just want you to listen. And we got a lot of parents like, oh, you ain't talking about nothing. Go in your
Yep.
room, this and that, and
And-
that thing, this child on went in his room, hung himself.
I was just about to say that, ladies.
You know.
You got all these people.
Well, I was gonna say
Oh.
over the weekend they had a teenage group. Am I right, Jody? Out in Cordova, Germantown, killed herself in the car.
Oh, yeah.
Carbon dioxide.
Yeah.
People,
Two
people,
teenagers.
people are
why?
mentally sick. They're going through something. But you know what? And this is what I heard growing up. When I was going through something, whatever the case is, I might not have said nothing. I might just been looking. You too young to be sad. You too young to be
Yeah.
mad. You too young to be depressed. Your back hurting. You too young for your back to be hurting. Forget about the fact that I worked at FedEx for 8 hours last night. You see what I'm saying? And then I woke up this morning because I don't need to be asleep all day. But I'm too young for my back to be hurting. I've been picking up transmissions and motors and dead bodies and whatever else they shipping through FedEx, drugs, because they send a lot of that through there too.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I'm back, my back hurting because I'm physically straining myself, but I'm too young, so I don't need to complain about that. So what do we do as men? We just say, okay, yeah, I'm gonna be tough. I ain't hurting the whole time. I'm wincing in pain, and then what happens is over time, now you start holding everything in. You don't want to talk about shit, and then when it do come out, the person that you telling off, they ain't got nothing to do with it. They be like, I didn't even know you when you was 16. Why are you bringing it when you was 16? But that's because we've been building stuff up in
Yeah.
us for so long.
Yep,
So I
yep.
think the older people need to open their ears and say, hey, look, kids, we don't know what the world is right now because the world that we grew up in doesn't exist anymore.
No.
As a matter of fact, the world that we all were living in ended in March.
Yeah.
I ain't lying. I've been saying
It
this
really
since it happened.
did.
The world ended in March and it started
whole
over.
new-
It's a whole new world. So we need to listen to see what's going on with these people that's growing up in the world that we live in now and see how we can adapt to them. And at the same time, past is prologue. So they're going to have to listen to the older people and say, hey, look, well, what did y'all do? Because this ain't the first pandemic that the world had.
No.
This ain't the first time everybody had to wear masks and stuff like that.
Hey, caller, we know you at work. We know you gotta get off the air, but we appreciate you calling in, brother.
Appreciate you.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you. Go.
All right, go
But
ahead.
people don't want to listen to you know why when people get into an argument and you be like, wait a minute, what y'all get to arguing about? Well, she said this and he said that. Be like, y'all said the same shit. So what y'all arguing about? Because I wanted to be the one that said it first.
Right.
It doesn't matter. It's that crab and the bear type of mentality. If we meet people where they are, you can reach anybody if you meet them where they are. Now, the other thing my brother said is meet people where they are, but if they're not trying to move on and progress from that, you have to leave them where they are. And that's the part that hurts because it's like you don't want to look at a 15-year-old child and talk to them and say, hey man, look, you're going down the wrong road, man. You hang around the wrong folks. And this to the third. And every time you see them, they ain't studying it. They ain't studying. Man, he ain't know what you talking about. And then you I hate to say it, but yeah, you're wasting your time. You could spend that same energy on another child who will listen. And then maybe this one child might talk to the child like, man, what old dude be talking about? Oh, he was just telling me about stocks and bonds. For real? Wait a minute. He must got money. Yeah, you ain't know. Oh, and now you got his ear too.
All right, well, let's speak to everybody. Good to see everybody
Good
on this
morning,
morning.
everyone.
HR, D, PK,
Brother Fitz, what's up, Fitz?
Glad to see you on, brother.
Yeah.
Let's read some of what they're saying too. What Mr. Morgan said: older people have to learn their best method of communication.
Okay.
What did he say?
Children watch and listen to the parents. If you want to change, then parents must do better. Ooh. Hold on. Then he said parents don't do outdoor activities with kids anymore. Fishing,
No.
hunting, camping, planting crops. If that man,
They don't do
D,
nothing with
you just hit a nerve right there, Jack, because that's literally what it. See, when I was growing up, that's what we did. I started shooting when I was 5.
Yeah.
I started fishing after I started shooting. I went camping with my dad. I think when I was like 12.
Don't
You know,
I got-
stuff like that.
Don't I got fishing reels in the back of my truck?
Yeah.
I'll never know when I might stop. and
But
go
those
Yeah.
physical activities, you
Yeah.
know, I remember when me and my ex was together, I had an issue because we were just talking about the cell phone stuff
Right.
like that. So we ain't gonna talk about the kids. We're gonna talk about the grown folks because you have to adapt, but adapt so it affects you in a positive way. So if me and you sitting at a restaurant on a date, and I'm not on my phone, and the whole time we at the date, you doing this right here, you ain't talking to me, are you?
No.
Now I could be a fool and say you talking to that Negro, or you know what I'm saying, you talking to some other dude, or I could say you on Facebook or whatever the case is. But
Right.
whatever it is, you're not attending to the date. So I said, I tell you what we can do. The next time we pulled up, I said, hey, let's leave our phones in the car. And she was like, okay. I really wasn't even thinking about it because my phone needed charging. So I just like, let's leave our phones. Because I was like, let's leave our phones in the car. Let's enjoy this. So we go in there. I'm talking. You know what she was doing?
Didn't have nothing
And I'm
to
like,
say.
dude,
Didn't know what
what's
to talk
happening? But if you got your phone with me, you can text me sitting right across the table
Yep,
from me. I'm
they
not
do
gonna
it.
play with you
Yep.
because what happens if we want to be intimate later on? Are you gonna what we gonna do? Lay in the same bed and have phone sex? I'm just calling it what it really is.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
just calling it what it really is. So yeah, there's a disconnect in communication and human interaction. I think that's a better way to put what D said about the outdoor activities.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
human physical interaction period is what we have got to hold on to, because once we lose that, it's a wrap.
Just like the young girls, they don't know how to cook.
No.
They don't know how to sew. My mom, when we was coming up, we watched her cook. My mom used to sew all the time. So I learned how to put on buttons and
Right.
sew up something that's torn. But these young girls now, they don't know how to cook. Most of them get pizza and
Because
Roman
what
noodles
did
and-
was it Cardi B? She be like, I don't cook,
She
I don't
don't
clean,
clean up.
I don't some.
She don't do none of
But
that.
everybody, man, Cardi B. Okay, so
She
she
nasty.
looks, she
Yeah.
looks a certain way. Okay,
Yeah.
you like how she looks. Okay, like you said, she nasty. Okay, who don't want somebody who gonna satisfy you in it? But you're not gonna be having sex the majority of a relationship. So if you want to be in a relationship where it ain't nothing good but the sex, guess what that is? A jump off, booty call.
Yep.
That's
Yeah.
casual sex, as some people would call it. So you
Casual
really
sex,
ain't gonna
yeah.
have no relationship that's any meaning. Hold on, go back up a little bit. I think, but right there. We reaching kids in our neighborhood by exercising, yard work, daily conversation. That's good. He said kids don't know what to do. We have to teach them. If we don't teach them, then society will teach them. This is true. Ms. Morgan said, it's not all parents. My son spend lots of time with their children. The bike. Oh, okay, I guess riding bikes, cut the yard, paint the house, bake cookies and cakes, fire up the outdoor fire pit, cooking s'mores, and much, much more. You got to have it.
yeah.
But,
We-
how many parents do that?
It's not a
And
lot.
you know what?
How many parents actually? Because I mean, even look at like me and D. We done kind of took the young boys in the neighborhood on
Right.
our wing.
Mm-hmm.
In the afternoon, they've been coming in the afternoon working out. You know what I'm saying?
That's what y'all doing the other day. I'm like, you be like, yeah, we out there hitting his iron.
Yeah, we out there hitting that and letting them.
I heard in the background. I'm like, what, Joe?
and I had a garage full, and I'm teaching them as we working out. You know what I'm saying? Teaching them what's going on with real life out on buying property and taking your butt to work and how to dress yourself.
Right,
Pull your damn
right.
pants up.
Take a bath.
Yeah, how to clean, how to bathe yourself and stuff like that, and also teaching them about life. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? Keeping it real with them.
Yep.
And for all I know it, every day now that doorbell rings, and that lets me know that they already now has chosen me and D as like leaders and advisors on teaching them stuff.
So you got to give
Right.
it to him.
Right.
Even though the one we be messing with can't get right.
Yeah.
He up in here. He ain't never worked out. Now he working out. Then what I did was I gave one of the other boys a job to run the camera, and I ain't giving him nothing to do. He got mad, and got jealous.
That's the how I was just saying about you talk to this child who cares,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
now this child gonna be looking like, man, why he buying you candy? Why he letting you do this
Yeah.
at his
Cause
house?
he listening.
Because he listening.
So
Yeah.
he came to me. He was like, what about me? I said, what
What
about,
about you?
And he was just like, he ain't say nothing. I said, what did I tell you? He was like, you told me if I want, I got to ask for it.
There
I
it
said,
is.
so what you asking? He said, I want to work. I said, doing what? What I'm doing is I'm prepping him to do what I want him to do. And so I was like, okay, I'm going to want you to run another camera then. And he was like, cool. So when he walking up and
But
down
this
the
the
street.
same one who said he didn't want to work, remember?
Yeah.
Right.
Now,
He just want to be depressed.
if I open that window right now and I see him walk down the street, he going to look at me and give me a thumbs up and let me know he on board.
Right. and that's how it's supposed to go. Because
Yeah.
how does an explosion start? From one single spark. The journey of 1,000 miles begins with one step.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Or how you eat an elephant, one piece at a time. How you knock down a brick wall, one hit at a time. You can't. Rome wasn't built in a day.
Yeah.
So I'm through with the cliches, but at the end of the day, that's exactly how you have to start somewhere. Because if you don't start, what if nobody else starts?
Cause if you can reach one or two,
You don't know how many
you
that
don't
person
you
can
don't
reach.
did a wonderful
Hey.
thing because it's just so hard to reach them.
Because what if dude run for president, he win?
This
That
how-
dude you talking about. Next
this-
thing you know, you be like, wait a minute, that's
this
the
how I
dude that
feel
wouldn't even
about
want to
it.
work.
Then we was talking yesterday when we had a brother call in and said, well, you got to know who you really are.
Right.
True.
Did I not say I'm a king?
Yep.
So if I'm a king,
You have to live
the
in there.
people that's under me, I supposed to take care of them and teach them. Because if I do, that means the kingdom gonna be real nice, ain't it?
Right. Yep. You're right.
I think a lot of times people they mistake leadership from being the boss. Leadership is not where I'm the leader, I'm the boss. Y'all follow me and do what I do. No, a wolf pack don't operate like that. The one that's the alpha male in the wolf pack, you know where he is when the wolf pack is traveling? He in the back.
Yep.
You know why? Everybody already know where we're going. And they
Right.
know what we're doing. If something pop off, we know what to do. But in order for everybody to be on point, as the leader, I'm responsible for all 15 of y'all or however many. So I'm gonna stay in the back to make sure I got a head count. Okay, now I know because I know I can take care of myself.
Right.
So if I'm behind and ain't nobody behind me, all I gotta do is worry about what's in front of me. Now if somebody come up behind me, hey y'all go ahead on, I got this. Or hey y'all come on, we gotta get up out of here. But if I'm in the front of the pack and everything is going on behind me, I don't know that the folks at the the wolf at the very, very end of the line is being attacked by some other wolves.
Just
Because
like
I'm in the
we
front.
don't see it in the movie where dude got a group of folks. All of a sudden he get mad and like, I'm finna be the first one charged. Ah, he run out and pop a cabinet. Pop, pop, pop.
Right. And then everybody looking like, so what we gonna do now?
Yeah,
I don't know what to do. Right.
Look at all them kings and stuff that they out there on the war field.
They with them.
They can't wait to get. There's a couple of them that didn't come back.
Yeah.
Kings that that went out there to war. They said one king got a splinter in his eye. And the infection from that splinter
Really?
Yeah.
killed him.
Like Achilles, where he talking about the Achilles tendon, that was a real person. He got shot with an arrow and it went through his Achilles tendon.
Yeah,
And so we call it Achilles tendon, but the reason why we call it that is because that was his name, and that's what took him out, because he was supposed in the movie Troy,
Yeah.
he was supposed to be the one where his name was gonna ring through all the generations because he was the greatest warrior and stuff like that. But that's what killed him. Something,
look at Al Capone,
yeah.
syphilis.
Exactly.
Do it. Take a shot.
The
I was like, y'all gonna
federal,
kill me.
the federal,
Anyway, you gonna take a damn shot?
the federal government couldn't even get this. They couldn't get him all the murders and every other crime. They couldn't get him but nothing but tax evasion. And he
Yeah.
started showing them receipts. They be like, we can't get nothing on this man. We know he doing it.
Yeah.
He got police on the payroll.
And look, he won't take a shot. They were like two times. You take this shot, or your thing is swelling like a mug now.
Right. Well, syphilis goes and it starts to damage your brain.
Your
So
brain.
he was
probably
probably-
have- he probably
in
was
his
crazy.
older days, before he passed away, they let him out of prison because they was like, man, this dude right here, he gonna die anyway. He's not a threat to anybody. He wasn't.
They
At that
said
point.
Napoleon died from syphilis.
Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of them. Oh,
Yeah.
I'm sick.
PK said
So
that-
you know what they've been doing.
PK said exactly, Joe. Her son is the exception and not the rule. We have more parents that are not involved as opposed to active and engaged parents this day. If the stats were reversed, we wouldn't be in this predicament. D said kids watch other kids' parents and the parents that do what they're supposed to do. Kids that have bad parents want the good parent, and now watch this. That starts the jealousy, not with the parents. Man, your daddy take you to Disney World. Your daddy buy you Jordans. I don't know my daddy, and everybody like you. everybody like me too, but I don't realize that because I'm too busy focusing on everybody liking you. So now I don't like you. I don't like you. And then now I didn't give you a reason not to like me. So guess what happened at the football game Friday night?
Fight.
I got my pistol with me because I carry it with me because I ain't nobody finna take my stuff because I ain't got no dad. I gotta protect myself.
Right.
And the guy who daddy, you know what I'm saying? And that's where jealousy is. You remember in was it Genesis, Cain and Abel?
Cain and Abel.
They were twins, right?
Yep.
Who killed who?
Cain killed Abel.
Okay, why?
Jealousy.
Oh, okay.
We talked that was
That was
also could have been brought in yesterday
exactly.
too.
Yeah.
I was reaching for that yesterday
Yeah.
when we was talking,
Right.
Because I was just like, jealousy and race has been since the beginning.
Because
Right.
that's really what
Yeah.
racism really stems from is jealousy.
Yeah, because
Jealousy.
Cain got mad.
Yeah.
Oh, man, I don't like you. And then they said Abel was dark skinned too.
Yeah, he was dark skinned.
Well, you know we ain't gonna
We ain't gonna,
I was just talking. But you have to look at it because I was told that there are only two emotions and everything else derives off of them. And that's happiness and fear. So everything positive emanates from happiness and everything negative emanates from fear. So if I'm jealous of you, that's fear. What am I afraid of? I'm afraid that you got something that I don't have and I don't like it. Or I'm afraid that you're going to be able to do something better than me and I don't like it. Or I don't like the fact that you are better than me. And, you know, that makes me afraid that I can't do as good as you or better. So guess what? I'm now jealous.
And look how long that's been around. Though.
forever.
Since the beginning of the time.
Forever.
A brother kills another brother over jealousy.
Oh, jealousy.
But ain't
he
God a
was
jealous
being
God?
cheap. He was being cheap. He didn't. His offering, he held back on what he's supposed to been given.
But how many folks you know like that?
A
A lot of people.
A lot.
Even like what we've been talking about.
Right,
I was
right.
going through these last couple of days on a different
Right.
situation, and y'all had to talk to me because I wasn't understanding why this was being done to me or said or whatever.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like everybody ain't for you or happy for you
Nope.
or glad. They might say they is in your face, but get behind your back. That's why they got songs smiling faces,
Faces sometimes.
Yeah.
Backstabbers.
backstabbers.
Have y'all ever seen that movie Fallen with Denzel Washington?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You remember how they were going? The demon was touching people.
Right.
Yeah,
Like
yeah, yeah.
if I touch you now, you got it. Then you
Right.
touch her, then
Yeah,
she
yeah.
got it.
Right.
Okay, now watch this. Somebody that you know, somebody that you love, you care about, family member, friend, or whatever the case is. Y'all ain't got no problem. But then one day they just so happy to come at you with some bullshit. You like, man, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Yeah.
What? How do we
Where
get
did
to
this
this?
come from? Yeah.
It's not that person. That person may have came in contact with somebody else who had ill intentions for you, or it's a spiritual thing. In the Bible, I think it says something about we don't fight against flesh and blood, which means the physical, but against spiritual wickedness
Yeah,
and principalities
yeah.
in the high place. I mean, it's above you. This is some spiritual stuff. So whenever I told you, if you doing something right, if you on the right path, that's where your roadblocks come. If you get up and smoke weed and get drunk all day and party and abuse people and you don't do anything productive, you ain't gonna have a problem with pretty much nothing. Now later on you will in life,
Yeah.
but as
Yeah.
a right then you gonna be good. But the guy who go to work every day, the woman who go to work every day, trying to take care of their kids and pay their bills and stay out the way, and they ain't going to the clubs and they just they might go to church every Sunday or whatever the case is. They have more issues than anybody else. Why? Because they doing the right thing.
Doing the right
I heard a
thing.
preacher say that one time. He said, if you wonder why the devil messing with you,
'Cause you
it's
doing
because
right.
you're doing something right.
Something
And if the
right.
devil ain't messing with you, oh, he already got you. So you ain't got to worry. He ain't got to worry about
Yeah,
you.
yeah, yeah.
He don't
He
need you to
gonna come
fall.
after
You
you.
already in the pocket.
That's
I
what-
need him though because he's, what happened with Job? Remember when Job
Yeah.
Got everything taken
he said the
from him.
only reason why he loved you so much is because you gave him everything. If I took it from him, I bet you he'd curse you. He said, I bet you won't. They're gambling.
Yeah.
And he said, I bet you won't. All right, do it. Okay, go. Run it. Took everything from him. He said, I cursed
Everything.
the day that I was born, but I won't curse God. And got everything back, didn't he?
Yep.
Yep.
And
So
more.
all he had to do was
And
what?
more.
Stay steadfast and hold on to whatever he had going on. No matter what came at his way, he was doing something right
Yeah, he
All
trusts
the time.
God.
and lost everything.
all
Yeah.
the time.
You see what I'm saying? So I think that it's just one of those situations where, communication is going to be
And
things.
you remember we had a topic a while back. I remember HR asked me, how did I know that I was going to heaven?
Okay.
And I told her I knew through and through, didn't I?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I had no doubt. Look at where my heart and my spirit is at. Now, I hear a lot of people say I wear my feelings on my sleeve.
Right.
You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Because some stuff, you come at me wrong. I might even cry about it because I'm really thinking I'm crying because I'm trying to keep from I want to hurt you.
Right.
Right.
Or I'm crying because I can't believe that your soul just hurt my soul.
Right. Right.
You know, I think my soul is crying then.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because I'm saying to myself, why did this person just do me like this?
Mm-hmm.
Or
I've
why,
been there.
you know, I will go out of my way to do this or do this. And
Yep.
this person had no remorse. Or they not, take it off of me. Did it to somebody else. And I had to stand by and watch it.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
What do I do? Because now I'm crying because, like, damn, that was fucked up.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Why would you do that to that person or say that to that person? You know what I'm saying? I don't hear people trying to start like a new adventure, right? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They're going to step out there on fake.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody in their damn family is like the devil.
Right.
To keep them from doing that. And I be saying to myself, why you say that? Don't say that to that person.
Right.
Encourage them. You know what I'm
Encourage
saying?
them. People don't know how to
do
encourage
that.
anymore.
Now watch this. It goes back to what I was just saying about that spiritual stuff. You see what I'm saying? So you have to be careful of who you around because the person that you around might have ill intentions for somebody else that you be around, and you are the link between those two people to
Right.
get that
Mhm.
negative energy from this person to that person. So because it's like we need this person to fail. You see what I'm saying? Because I remember one time I went to the racetrack. It was league night, and so I got there, and I wasn't in the lead nowhere, but I wasn't in the back. I was always in the middle. For me to come in on my rookie year, I was always in the middle. They be like, man, we've been doing this for years. This dude come in, and I'm like, I do this. So what happened was one of the people who worked there, bruh said, bruh, man, why you even keep showing up, man? You ain't gonna win. Oh. That shit fucked me up because I was already having a kind of a
Yeah,
messed up
crazy
day, and I was
day.
so I was like, man, I can't believe bro just said it because I'm like, this is the dude who been showing me how to race
Right.
and teaching me this stuff, and now the teacher is telling the student, man, you might as well give up. Why you just stop trying? And so I talked to him about that. I said, man, you remember that shit you said that day, on league night? He was like, I said that. I said, bruh, you looked at me in my face when I got here and said, bruh, why you keep showing up, man? You might well quit. You ain't gonna win. He was like, damn, Devin, bruh.
He
Hey,
did
man,
that
I'm
to knock
sorry,
your
man.
self-esteem
And he
down.
was like, but see, the thing is, it was like, to him, it wasn't like he was trying to forget it. Like, it was like, I did that? I don't even remember. Like, it didn't happen. I'm like, and I didn't tell him that, but I thought about it to myself. I said, it wasn't him telling me that. That was something else that was trying to work through him to
devil.
discourage me, and I kind of let it work because it got in my head. And when I talked to him about it, it was like he didn't even know what the hell I was talking about. I'm like, that's what it was. That was that spiritual stuff.
Yep.
Something somewhere was like this, because I had already said I'm gonna do this because this is gonna help me to get better in my head and in my heart. I'm not doing this to win that money. I'm doing it because I'm having fun and I'm doing something that I love to do. And so when my therapist was like, you know what, this what you if you want to do that, go do it. And damn what everybody else say. And so when I told him about that, he was just like, man, he said, hey man, don't ever let nobody get in your head. And I'm like, this is the dude who told me. So they let me know it really wasn't. It was him physically, but it was
Bad
something else that
spirit,
was
yeah.
trying to get into me and screw my, get me off of my track. You know,
The devil knew how to get you.
Right.
He knew what he was gonna
Right.
do to mess with
because
you.
if it had been somebody else,
Yeah.
I would have been like, man, fuck you, sucker. You jive turkey. Get out here and race me then. But see,
Yeah.
and at that time I hadn't beat him yet.
Yeah.
So after that, guess what? I beat him. He was like, man, I can't believe this. I ended up with the 10th fastest time of all time since they opened the track up. And he was like, I don't know how you beat me. I'm like, you just lost.
Yeah. But it was also God give you guardian angels.
Right.
Everybody get one. It's how you use it, what you do, and how you carry on in life. That guardian angel can protect you so long and so much. If you keep ucking up, you're going to burn him out.
If you got a security guard walking around every time you go somewhere, you go right to the shoot, they can be like, hey man, I quit. I'm not
Yeah.
finna sit up here and keep jumping in front of
Jumping
bullets
in
for your
front of-
crazy
yeah.
ass. Get somewhere and sit down.
But-
You don't
but-
want no chicken
But
or something?
we have a protector, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And it's how we use it, how we do, how we go. You know when you're a good spirit.
Oh yeah.
When kids are coming sit around you.
Right.
And
Animals are coming sit around you. You know what I'm saying? I went to partner how they got vicious pit bull. And I'd be just like, oh crap. And he'd be just like, just don't make no fast motions, no action. He ain't gonna mess with you. I had that pit bull come and sit his head in my lap, look me dead in my face.
Submission.
And I'm
Submission
looking like,
for
and
an
my
animal.
partner like, he don't never do that.
See?
And I'm looking like, he gonna bite me. But he
see-
was like, no, he ain't.
But now watch this. We talking about spirituality, right? You on the inside because you got a dog, so you understand the body language and
Yep,
stuff
yep,
of
yep.
animals, and the dog probably feels like, hey, you got a dog, you got a dog at the house. Okay, you cool beans, because they operate off a scent, so they
Yeah,
can
yeah.
smell another dog's scent on
Oh,
you.
you, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
And I mean, even the kids, you know what I'm saying? If you know me, if I'm DJing, some kids walk up and they see them turntables, they stand close, I'm make them put their hand on them turntables. A lot of DJs, they ain't gonna do that because, man, I ain't finna let you tear my equipment up or da,
and that's what happens.
Da 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 da.
Yep.
My thing is, you know what I'm saying? Show the kids when they trying to learn and curious, and you know what I'm saying. Don't be that.
Because if you don't, they are gonna tear it up because they didn't know.
And so I don't mind showing and teaching,
Right.
and you know what I'm saying, because I'm that person. You know what I'm saying. I always got time. Even dealing with kids, I could be mad as hell at a grown up, but that kid can break me. You know, walk up, ask me a few questions, and I'll be like, okay, Joe, talk to this kid. You'll beat that other person ass later. But go on deal with this kid, right?
Yeah.
Don't even let this kid see that you're mad.
Yep.
Don't let him see you mad. And then as I'm dealing with the kid, I might even tell the kid what's going on with the thing. And then I got to now listen to my own wisdom and say, okay, Joe, now since you're talking to the kid, now you got to take your own advice.
Tell them something. Give them something.
Yeah, now when you tell them, you got to take your own advice. When you tell them, now I can't beat the person up.
But here's something too, and I forgot about this. And so this is something I dealt with when I was growing up. I couldn't stand for people to ask me a question about like advice or whatever, or say, "Hey, look, tell me what I need to do." And then I say, "Okay, well, you can do this, that, the third. That's how you can fix this issue." And then it's like I ain't said nothing. And then somebody else tells them the exact same thing, and then
And
they
then
want to
they-
come back and tell
yeah.
me, "Hey, guess what I found out? You need to do this, Devin." I'm like, "I told you that last week." I used to get mad about that.
Yeah.
And then somebody was like, "You might be the wrong messenger." You can have the right message and be the wrong messenger. So
Yep.
if
Yeah.
you're talking to a child, or if a child or a young person is trying to talk to an elder, the message could be the correct message, but the message is not right. Because guess what? If Donald Trump, I like to laugh too, but if Donald Trump had given the "I Have a Dream" speech instead of Martin Luther King, would anybody know it? Meaning Donald
No.
Trump is who he is, but he's
No.
still the one that gave the "I Have a Dream" speech instead of Martin Luther King. We were like, "You had a dream? Why would you go back to sleep?"
Yeah.
But Dr. King was the right messenger for that message.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it was a lot deeper than just he saw something that we didn't. He saw something that we still have got to work towards.
To see.
The dream he had was based off of, hey man, if we do this, we do that. My dream is that we can have this. We got to take the money out their banks and start spending money with ourselves. And so when that happened, they were like, we got to get rid of them.
Just for HR, we need donations, y'all. We got the Cash App posted, $ Joe Finger. Make a donation, help us out. You know what I'm saying? Like any other business, you know, we got to pay the bills and stuff like that. And we're trying to grow with this. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? If y'all want to keep listening to us and like the topics and stuff that we bring to the table, help us out. You know what I'm saying? Because how can we help somebody else if ain't nobody helping us?
Right.
Because it's going to be soon, we're going to have to look at somebody we're going to have to go help.
Yeah.
Yep. Right.
We're going to try to help somebody, and not more than one person, but we need help. You know what I'm saying? So if y'all can make a donation so we can turn around and help somebody else.
Please
Simple
donate.
fact, people are homeless right now. People are hungry. People are out in these streets and stuff like that. God has blessed me to retire me. Everybody ain't fortunate to be like this.
Right.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So my job is to turn around and help somebody else. You know what I'm saying? I'm not that dude where I feel like if I'm you in the gutter, I'm in the gutter with you. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm a gutter like guy. You know what I'm saying? I ain't finna turn my nose up to you.
Oh no.
I ain't finna think I'm better than you and talk down to you and stuff like that. Man, if you're dirty, I got a rag and some soap to help wash you up. I got a pair of extra pants and a shirt.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna talk about you. I'm gonna pull.
Right.
I'm gonna pull
Right.
you up out that ditch.
Right.
So you can be standing up here with me because you might can help me around this other stuff. Help me.
Right.
Never know. Mm-hmm.
What's that saying? Another knife sharpens another knife.
Still sharp and steel.
Still stop sharpen steel. If not, we got two dull ass knives in the drawer.
Yep.
Can't cut nothing. Can't do nothing. Ain't work. Soon they won't even take us out the drawer no more.
When you were talking about lifting weights and stuff a little while ago,
Yeah.
I just thought about something. So that is something, and not just lifting weights, but that I feel men sharpen men.
Yeah.
Right.
Women sharpen women.
Right.
Like steel sharpen steel.
Right.
Yeah.
So with that being said, when you out there, y'all, we working out and we doing all this at the third, guess what? If you don't do that out in the world, it's only other two places you can go and get that. And that's the penitentiary and military.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
A lot of times you might not know that this person was in the military and this person was in the penitentiary, and they walk and they move the exact same because they got the same mind frame. You see what I'm saying? So if you go, like I knew this guy, he was like, man, yeah, man, you go to jail, man, you gonna grow up real fast.
Yeah.
So all that, like you said, washing your ass,
Yeah.
cleaning up behind you.
Clean
You,
up.
you think folks go to prison and they just out there and just nasty? No, that's a fight. Hey, bruh, you ain't took a shower in 3 days, bruh. Go in there and wash your ass, man. Man, I'm straight. I tell you what. Because, see, me and you in the same cell. If you don't go in there and wash your ass
We
tonight,
will.
we fighting tonight.
Yep.
Now, if you
we'll
want,
wash
a
it
bunch
for
of
you.
men to hold you down in the shower and wash you off, that ain't what you want, because that's
Look,
another ball
be
game.
with me in the military. We gonna watch by the numbers.
See? You ain't got no say.
Since you don't know how to wash yourself, raise your right arm, wash your right arm, wash up under your arm. Raise your left arm, wash your left arm. Raise your nuts.
Wash
your
them too. Both of them. And if you got 3, watch that one too, Dr. Evil.
Bend over.
Yep. And
Get
you
in there
actually have to walk them step, cause see,
Everybody don't know.
Once you do that, then you can say, now you know.
Now,
Right.
when you don't do it, now we gonna really get
Yeah,
on
now
your
we
ass.
know that we got you don't like bathing.
You remember when they, on Full Metal Jacket, when dude kept messing up and they was like, man, look, you need to
That's
stop.
real talk.
And they kept, the drill sergeant kept trying to punish him,
Right,
him,
right.
and it wouldn't work. But his peers said, hey, man, look, we tired of running these extra 5 miles for you because you want to act a fool and act like you crazy. And what they do? They whooped him with some soap. Remember that scene? They tied him down and whooped him with the soap.
And it's bad to
He brought
say,
that on himself, though.
It's bad to say. No, man, you was talking about the incident at the gas pump with the dude that walked up.
Yeah.
Okay, remember how I came off ruthless.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Now, in military, reason I come off like this, you going to have a lot of them young men that come into the service, and y'all excuse my language, they still got titty in their mouth.
Yeah.
And so, mama been washing their clothes. She been
Yeah.
bathing them. It's a mama still bathe a grown son where he get in the tub and mama come in there and bathe him.
And see, something wrong with that.
Grown man. Yeah,
Something
y'all think I'm
definitely
lying.
wrong.
I'm military. I'm Joe Struggle.
But it's people that got autism and they go
No,
and
they
get
don't
over.
got no damn
No, I'm
autism.
saying,
Yeah.
but I'm saying you got people, and ain't nothing wrong with him. But then the guy who got autism, the girl who got autism, go out, get a job. They got their own car. They got their own apartment. They go buy a house.
Yeah.
They get married and have a successful life.
Yeah.
And so you can't say, well, he's slow. No, we can't do that no more because it's people that's doing it and they ain't.
It's the
they
way
functioning.
It's the way he been raised. He brought.
Right.
And
The
then
condition.
at the end of the day, it's the individual.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Because
Do he want to do it or not?
do he want to do it or not? You know what I'm saying? Because in Marine Corps, I don't want to do it.
Oh,
we
no.
didn't ask you.
Hold on. Did you? This is what I'm finna tell him. Did you sign that dotted line? Is this your name right here?
Yes, sir.
Uncle Sam owns you now.
So you don't have a say in it.
You ain't got shit to. I own you.
If you wanted to get your way, I guess you just
If I
stayed
tell
at the
your ass
house.
to jump out this goddamn plane, you better do it.
Yep.
Or I'm fit to play some games with you. I might send you to the brig, and then I'm gonna kick you out of the military with a dishonorable discharge. Well, now you can't even get no damn job.
Yep. All because you trying
You trying to be hard with me.
Yeah, when all the
Or-
time you'll be a lot harder by paying attention, listen, and receive the, you know what I'm saying, the teachings, the information.
Or like you said, like in Full Metal Jacket, I got 50 recruits in my unit.
I ain't got to do nothing to you.
You see that blanket? All y'all grab y'all blanket right now. Come on. Everybody fall outside. That blanket's thick, right? One of them thick blankets. Okay, I need y'all to all hold y'all hands like this, and I need y'all to shake them. I won't see not one hand go down here. If,
Right.
if I see one hand go down here, that's another 30, 40 minutes y'all ass going to be out here.
Right. Remember how we
All because
this one person.
this dude said he won't fight me. Cause I told him he need to bathe himself or something I told him to do, and he said, "Uck me today." So instead of me fighting him, I'm gonna work the shit out y'all.
And I'm gonna let y'all
take care
deal
of
with
that
him.
later.
Y'all deal with him in the mess hall.
Now look at what I just did. I just taught some young men how to fight and eliminate a bad apple.
Yep.
Yep.
Because either you an asset or you're a liability.
Now, the reason I did that, you see how he whining, crying, said what the fuck he won't do?
Mm-hmm.
What if we get in war situation? We in another country and bombs and everything going on
Behind
right here
enemy
blowing
line.
up. And I tell him to stay fast, stay down here till we get our opportunity. He said, that I'm finna get up, I'm finna run up out of here.
Whole platoon dead.
Where the hell you running to?
Nowhere.
Just like when they, you know what I'm saying?
He
As
dropped
far-
his gun on the ground.
Yeah.
Well, how you gonna protect yourself? You left your gun.
You gonna get killed.
And guess where that all comes from? Not taking the responsibility and the action. Hey, look, if you're telling me something, there's a reason why you're trying to teach me this, right? So if you're trying to tell me, to wash, that's an order. So if I need to go and do that and I don't do
Right.
that, also I'm I'm not gonna follow orders. So like you said, we go to a war zone and I say, hey, you see that box right there? Shoot it. I'm not finna shoot that box. That's stupid. But the whole time, if you shoot that box, that's probably the box that we need to get up out of here. Kill it, kill it or whatever.
I'm Marine Corps and I'm war. You see that little girl walking this way?
Yeah.
Shoot her ass. Do not let her get too close to us because she has a bomb on her. No.
That's a
She's
child.
a child.
That's a child.
Yeah.
Boom.
I had a friend of mine, may he rest in peace. He was in the army. He went to the war in Iraq, and he actually got he passed away, but he didn't die there. But he got shot, and so what happened was this woman had walked up on him, and he was like, talking to her stuff like that, and she did this, and she had a bomb on her.
Mm-hmm.
Now her and the child that she was with, 5 or 6 years old, well, of course the unit took care of them. In the military stuff, you know how it goes, and it was like, but she shot him. He was like, oh, and he ran. She shot him in his ass.
Yeah.
So that's not a fatal wound. But
Right.
you got to walk around for the rest of your life. Man, I remember that girl shot me in the ass because you didn't do what you supposed to do.
Right.
You know we don't need to let nobody get within how many radius of us, and you let them in. You just put your life and everybody else's life in danger, all because you didn't listen. Because you don't want to do, you want to do your own thing. When you're in a unit and as a group, it ain't no big eyes and little U's. It's just us.
How did they get on that slave ship?
Huh?
How did they get on that slave ship?
Who?
Them slaves.
You said how?
Yeah. They was already in chain, wasn't they?
Mentally.
When them ships pulled up,
Yeah.
them kings on the coastline had already captured them.
See, a lot of times people
So you
don't.
say people thinking
It was just
ship pull up. we
They
got off and went-
they didn't just go up in there. Hey y'all,
Nope.
get y'all ass on this.
No.
They didn't do that. They said, hey, what they say on the alien movies, take me to your leader. So they came in peace. And they go talk to the king. The king probably like, well, we conquered a couple of villages. We got 30 people right here, and
What you got
we
to
ain't
trade?
do. Yeah, what
Yeah.
you got?
That's
trade?
all about
They be
trade.
like, well, we got these guns, and we got these other little small trinkets. They be like, we don't know what that is, but yeah, we'll take it, huh? Y'all get them.
We don't want these.
Yeah.
We got these deep in Africa.
Yeah,
They not people anyway.
because you got to think about it. You got to think about how big Africa. First of all, Africa is humongous.
Yeah.
It's too much junk. It's every type of terrain you could think of in the one continent of Africa, from cold to hot. Okay, from desert to mountains, oceans, all of that. So you really think a bunch of folks from Europe who ain't got knowledge of themselves yet, who ain't even been here as many thousands of years as these folks, just walked up to them folks and say, y'all get on this bus. I mean, get on this
Hold on.
this boat and do what we tell you to do.
Let's
They
go
were
deeper
like,
than that right there. Look on the Egypt walls.
Yeah,
Did they not bring slaves to Egypt?
Yeah.
yeah, that was.
They
I mean,
did, yeah.
they was.
They was
Well,
They
slaves.
got them written on the hieroglyphic.
Yeah,
Ching, ching, ching.
Some of them.
Slaves.
And even with that story, I don't think that there were slaves. I'm not saying it weren't.
And they wasn't
But
just black slaves.
These
This is
folks
how-
wouldn't. You couldn't. Architecture was like being in a secret society back then. So if you knew how to build, if you were building pyramids, there wasn't nothing that slaves did because you had to have a higher knowledge that most people didn't
Yeah,
even have. So some of them were slaves.
Yeah.
They did the hard work, stuff like that. But when it started, like, it wasn't no slave up there drawing up plans and architects stuff
Oh,
like
no,
that.
no.
You see what I'm saying? And it wasn't always no Egyptian either. It was somebody who was like, man, we trust him. He's inside. We might have gave him that there, and then hey, he gonna be over y'all. You see what I'm saying?
Well, they actually, just like now, you the head dude.
No.
This Mason brick stuff.
No.
How many folks you got? A couple hundred.
Yeah.
Can I hire you the bill? something. I got
Right.
some gold, and I got some herbs and stuff like that. Some olive oil and stuff like that. Plenty of it.
But I need manpower.
But
You need-
can I hire you?
Right.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Now you bring your folks,
Mm-hmm.
and y'all working.
Mm-hmm.
Now you got to pay your folks.
Right.
So that's your
Right.
job. But only thing we see in the books and movies, a bunch of folks working.
That's all you ever
Yeah.
see.
Now, how you become a slave is I borrow something from you
It's a debt.
and I can't pay you back.
That's that's
Right.
not even slavery. That's called indentured servitude.
Yeah,
Meaning
that's
I
how-
owe you $1,000, so I got to work for
I
you
gotta work it out.
until I work that. I can't pay for my dinner. Well, you got to go in the back and wash dishes. That's what that is.
Yeah, that's how you became. Now,
And then some people end up getting stuck because like, man, you ain't gonna even be able to live long enough to pay me off. So you just work until you die, and then you still owe me the money. So now your children owe me the money, and
Yeah.
they have to work and think, but they ain't going to work because they've been here their whole life anyway.
so they get caught up in we just working. It's a good place to live.
Right.
Until you
The
get
benefits
one.
and-
Yeah, until you get one of your kids. I'm up this. I'm out
I'm
of
tired
here.
of this. Why every time we don't do
I'm
the
outta
job
here.
right, they hitting us with
Yep.
whips and stuff.
Yeah, I'm gonna get on down. You know what I'm saying? But the slavery was from the beginning.
Yeah, it was always there's always, and there always will be slaves because some people are slaves to their cell phones, their electronics.
Yeah,
They don't even know they slaves.
They might not even be a slave to their cell phone. They might be
Well-
a slave to something on their cell phone like Facebook, Instagram.
Jail.
Yeah,
Jail is the new plantation. There's some dudes I know get caught and get wrongly accused.
mm-hmm.
But there's a lot of them in there knew what the fuck they was doing.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
Until
and,
they
and
got
did
caught.
it. Yep, and then like, damn.
I got caught. I mean, I'm selling crack. I'm making thousands of dollars a day.
And you know it's wrong.
I know it's wrong, but I'm living a lifestyle.
Mm-hmm.
I
You
got
gotta
gold.
keep
I
it
got
up. You
gold
gotta keep it
teeth.
up.
I talk to folks any kind of way. You know what I'm saying? Because
Yeah.
that's who I am. You know what I'm saying?
You the boss. You run
I'm
shit.
the boss. You know what I'm saying? Now I get caught. Now I want y'all to have a sympathy card for me. You know what I'm saying? Or I get shot, and then I want your mama them is on that corner with them damn signs, trying to get money to bury your ass.
Mm-hmm.
But you had thousands of dollars.
Or you
Right.
get shot, you end up in a wheelchair
Yep.
Yeah.
for the rest of your life.
And now you just a nobody. Like,
Yeah.
well, I don't say like everybody else, but now you're a normal person like everybody else.
Yeah.
They just
You
got
don't-
some dude in jail that they just busted on the drug ring out here. And they was just like, he was still running the drug ring in jail.
That ain't nothing new.
That,
That ain't nothing
But
new.
my thing is, look how crazy that's still. Look at how they just take more time on him.
That's it.
Shit, he ain't
10 more years.
They don't even go to parole board now.
But now watch this. Here's the bad part about that. You know how you said in the military, this one guy won't act right, so everybody ends up having to do this, and then they take care of that.
Yeah.
Well, that kind of happens in the penal system too. Okay, look, we done had 5 murders. You in here because you killed somebody last night. We're gonna pin them 5 murders on you because it was in the same 5-mile radius of where you live. So now, instead of that one person that you might have killed because y'all had an altercation, now they I think if you kill 7 people, they call you over a certain period of time, they call you a serial killer.
serial
Yeah.
killer.
So if the time frame matches up, they're gonna try to give you a serial killer charge instead of that one murder charge, and you didn't even do it. That's what happened with Larry Hoover, and that's what happened with Stanley Williams. Now these people are Larry Hoover was the head of the Gangster Disciples, and Stanley Williams was the head of the Crips. Okay, and Jeffrey Ford was the head of the Vice Lords, Almighty Vice Lord Nation. So when these folks got locked up, they started throwing whatever that gang or that organization did. We ain't got the person who did it, but we got the head dude. So all we got to do is say, well, look, 15 people got killed in the last 6 months. You was locked up for the last 8 years, but guess what? You sent that hit, so we're going to put these charges on you. That's how they move, because it's like either one, you going to snitch, or
Yeah.
2, we going to get a whole lot of free labor out of your ass. And that's what they going to do. And they be like, man, I ain't finna say nothing, because it's like, how can I snitch on somebody and tell somebody he did it when I've been in jail? I don't even know this guy. He wasn't even born when I got locked up. So you telling me he committed a crime and you gonna put it on me? Well, I'm already in jail, so I ain't got nothing to say. You know,
And they get, like they said, they get institutionalized.
and yep. And they
go-
can't stay out.
They go in so long. The way of life is better in there. I ain't got to take care of nobody. I get 3 meals in a cot.
They got more structure.
I got dental and medical insurance.
Yep.
Uh,
I got a job.
I can post up. I'm hanging around some dudes.
Work out.
You know what I'm saying? I ain't got to deal with no females. All
Oh, but actually, that's no. See, a lot of
every
people
so
think,
often I get. They
yeah,
have
no,
female-
not conjugal visits. I'm talking about them women that work in there. That's
the,
who they
the
been.
deputy sheriffs and
Yeah.
yeah.
And then you look at that. You get a woman so self-esteem is down that she'll take a dude in jail.
Yep.
A lot of them do marry 'em.
You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying?
And he's
Her
still in the
self-esteem is
And
that
some
low
of 'em might
that
not
dude
never get
say
out,
some
but you
things
marry.
about her and make her smile and cheese. And
That's
she
it.
gone. And that's crazy, you know what I'm saying? Because everybody looking for love. Somebody to love them and care for them, and then I see these, like I said, we talking about how can we bridge the gap between the young and the old. I see so many young people, don't nobody love me.
Yep.
And the reason why they feel like that is not because don't nobody love them. It's because it's split. Some young people feel like don't nobody love them because don't nobody love them.
Yeah.
Some people feel like don't nobody love me because people do love them. You can't say, well, you don't love me because you don't give me my way.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I may
Right.
love you enough to where you don't need to get your way, because if I got, you know how they back in the day were like, son, I can't buy you no motorcycle, you ain't gonna do nothing but kill yourself. He think, well, my dad don't love me because he won't buy me no motorcycle. No, he didn't buy you a motorcycle because he loves you, because he know you can't. You got the balance of a turtle. You ain't gonna be able to. You gonna tear that motorcycle up. Now I got to plan your funeral when you supposed to plan mine. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, if you don't give me what I want, you don't love me, because we've attached love and material things as one and the same. Love, lust, and material things are not in the same category. They may interlap, at times, but that's not what love is.
Well, I mean, how you like, say for instance, I'm dealing with young men. You know what I'm saying? So it's a certain way I'm cut to teach young men. You know what I'm saying? I can't, now by me having daughters, only thing I was showing my daughters that they have a strong father,
Right.
a person that loves them, a person that when they got something going on, no matter what it is,
They got somebody.
you
that
can
got
come
some-
talk
yeah.
to me
right.
about it.
Right.
You might not always want to hear what I'm going to say, but you can come tell me.
But if you left this world today, if you go on to glory right now,
Yeah.
they gonna be like, well, you know what? Dad would have told me to do.
Yep.
Yeah.
Cause you not already, everything that you probably need to tell your children, you probably already taught
Already
them.
stored in them.
Now
Yeah.
it's just gonna be a repeating of it, because see, once we leave, then that's why we're emotive, because people don't understand the memories don't go nowhere.
Like
So-
baby girl called me yesterday. I was
Right.
taking a good nap. I was like, what? I just wanted to talk to you for a minute. I'm having one of those days at work. She already know what I'm saying.
Right.
What time is it? She says 3:30. I said, you got an hour to go. I said, what's my motto? Mind over matter.
Mind over matter.
If I don't mind, this shit don't matter.
Mine. and mine is a lot longer than that. I'll be like, is this gonna matter 5 minutes from now? Is it gonna matter 5 weeks from now? Is it gonna matter 5
Yeah.
years from now? If the answer is no to and one of them, what we arguing about? Why is it an issue? Why is
It
it a
shouldn't
problem?
be.
It shouldn't be, because if it don't matter past it happening,
Yeah.
what do we now? If it's gonna affect, all right, well, this right here happened, so 5 years, this is gonna happen after
Yeah.
this. That's different. But it's like, somebody rub you the wrong way. It's like, is it really worth it?
It because the young folks don't know how to communicate with each other.
They
They don't.
don't know.
Like I was going to say earlier when I was thinking about this topic last night, and I said, how would I come at different stuff? And I said, some of the stuff that we fussing about them doing is from our own demise. We started this gangster rap stuff. We could say no, but shit, Too Short, Ghetto
Easy,
Boys,
NWA.
Luke, man,
Yeah.
shaking that ass.
So it
all
ain't,
that.
yeah.
We
Ain't nothing new under the
kind of
sun.
don't forget about that. And then we came with Jodeci.
Ooh, yeah.
Jodeci done brought that sagging of the damn pants.
The first
Little
person
skinny ass
I've
boys.
ever seen sag
Yeah.
pants
Sagging
was
their
Jodeci.
pants.
And
Oh.
Boys to Men did it too.
Yeah,
But
boys
they-
and men.
but it
Chris
was-
Carl put pants on backwards.
And
let
they
them
said,
Yeah.
and that was it.
Okay,
Yeah.
we were cool with that, wasn't we?
Because that was something, and
It was
and
just a
and
trend
it
for
caught-
that
and it trend, and it
drummer,
caught
yeah.
on.
Well, the reason it was cool because it was our thing.
Right.
Right.
We didn't want nobody to say it when we was doing it.
But
you
here
know
go
what
the
I'm saying?
bad part about it. So after all these years of complaining, y'all need to pull y'all pants up. Y'all need to stop sagging your pants. Now what the guys wearing? Look at the pants now. Are they sagging?
Oh, they don't got tight now.
Now they wearing
so tight
They
that-
wearing breeches that look like the ones that Lady J got on right
Yeah,
now. That's
yeah,
how tight they is.
yeah.
Like, bro, can you breathe?
Them little skinny leg jeans.
Yeah.
And look, they got them skinny leg and they still sagging.
And
They
it's
still
like-
want their draws.
Right.
So when I talk to them, I walk up on them and be like, "What's up?" And they be looking at me. I don't give a damn how hard you supposed to be. What's up? Like they be looking at their pants, and they be like looking at me. I walk up on dude the other day. He was like 6'6". He looking down at me like, "Oh, I got this. No, I got my stick in my hand."
Right.
And I'm looking at him, and he got his two boys with him, and they pants sagging too. I said, I guess like father, like son. Huh? There was now some women standing behind me. I said, and you the teacher? I said, damn. I said, I hope this race war don't really hit the goddamn fan, because we might not be able to count on this dude. And he looked back at me like, what you mean by that? I'm a strong bruh.
The first thing you're going to have to do is pull your pants up before you can react. So that means you're losing valuable seconds where you could be fighting, trying to get your clothes together.
What I'm getting at him, look at the hell you are teaching. Your sons done following you. If you was a brother, your brothers would be following you.
Right.
If you was a partner, your partners would be following you. Stop making excuse. We make excuses like a mug.
Yep.
Everybody make excuses. I don't want to help them young boys.
Yeah,
man.
they ain't gonna listen. They ain't
Fear.
gonna do it.
They ain't finna blow my brains out. But at the same time, the reason why you even think that about that is because ain't nobody said somebody got to say something.
What did Jesus do? Did he not go talk to the bums, the homeless, and the prostitutes?
Yeah.
Even when they told him not to do it?
Yeah.
Them folks that tell them not to do it, them old bougie ass folks that think they all that are scared to come out of their house and talk and deal with folks. But they be the first one want a handout. They be the first person want to benefit from something that's really good, but they didn't have shit to do with it. Look at how so many people complaining about the president and didn't go vote.
Right.
And how many gonna go vote this time?
Everybody need to vote.
Right. How many gonna go vote, but they can sit around and complain? And like I said, when I came back to the South, like what Alberto was saying, still that slave mentality because they don't know no other thing. It make me mad when I hear people saying we eat chicken and watermelon. I be like, I don't even like watermelon. And
I ate so much when I was coming up that I don't even eat it now.
You know where it came from? You know where that watermelon shit came from? So, of course, we know fried chicken. So, we ain't going to say that.
Sick of chicken.
But watermelon, watermelon is considered a superfood. They knew this shit. Watermelon is something that can help a man not develop prostate cancer.
Okay.
Black men are more accessible to catching or developing prostate cancer. All right. So if I tell you, yeah, you eat watermelon, y'all N-words eat watermelon, and you feel some type of way about it. Oh, no, I don't. So you don't eat watermelon. What happened? Now you're heightening your chances of getting a disease.
Right.
And they knew that. So we can psychologically play that, you know what I'm saying, that bait and switch.
Right.
And make them think that there's something wrong with eating watermelon. They'll stop eating watermelon. And guess what? We ain't doing it to them. They're doing it to themselves. They're not taking care of themselves because of what we said.
Right.
Same thing with the country boy. Back in the days, if you stayed in the country, you a country boy. You don't know nothing. You stupid. And yeah, you need to come to the city. Well, let me sell all of my land. Who gonna buy the land? The same dude that called you country. When he buy your land, what he gonna do? He gonna build up a whole lot of stuff. Yeah. He gonna make all the money. And guess what you could be doing? You probably gonna be working at one of them warehouses or factories that he built on the land that he bought from you, all because he made you feel like it was bad to be a country boy and have your own land and grow your own crops. You see how it's a reverse psychology type situation?
Yep. A lot of my
so that's where they came from with the watermelon. Yeah.
Because they stand out in the country. I'm sick of being out here. Ain't shit out here.
Right. Ain't nothing to do and everybody having so much fun.
Once they leave, the land's still there. Mm-hmm. But ain't nobody pay taxes.
Right.
And the city will let you go for so long.
Yeah, they'll let the pile up.
They'll let that money build. Mm-hmm. They know as it build, you ain't going to be able to pay it.
Can I say something about that too while I'm thinking about it? Hey, y'all. Everybody on the sound of my voice. Stop talking shit about reparations. Because guess what? If the government right now said, okay, fuck it. Y'all keep talking about this shit. We're going to give all of y'all black people 40 acres and a mule. What's the first thing a lot of folks gonna do?
Well,
sell it.
Sell it. Or what they gonna do with it?
Or bullshit it off. They not gonna do nothing with it. If you got 40 acres and a mule, that means you got a mule to tend the land and you got some land to tend to. That means you need to be growing crops. Are you gonna do that?
And how many people gonna take that 40 acres, The grass gonna be so goddamn high.
It's
The
gonna be
goddamn
just
view
it's just gonna be
barely
a
stuck
it's
on
gonna be a
you.
big ass
Yeah,
field,
that's
and
what it is.
it ain't gonna be nobody. And then I'm gonna go and sell it.
Sell
okay,
it.
they gave me this, so I'm gonna
That's
sell
what they
it.
want you to do. Sell it back to them.
And guess what they gonna do? They gonna buy it for a little nothing, and then it's gonna be worth way more than you sell it for.
Mhm.
As soon as they put their hand on it, why you think property value go down all the
Let's see
time?
what
in the
Ms.
neighborhood?
Morgan says. Some lawyer help prisoner escape. Go figure. And
She talking about Johnny Cochran. Okay.
And Tiffany said, watch Love after lock up on WeTV.
Okay.
And Miss Morgan said, my brother sagging in the early 70s, so we could see their nice, colorful underwear. Yeah, I remember the silk.
I
Like,
remember, and the socks too. Then they used to wear like the designer socks, and they had kind of like the ankle beaters, so you could always see they.
Yeah, they wore
socks.
that too, but the
Right.
underwear with the different color silk set. You had the little, like you wear the little wife beater, but they was silk. They were different color, black.
Wait a minute, now
burgundy.
see, I done just learned some shit.
Uh-huh.
Now hold on, HR. No, don't you throw that clock up there just yet. Hold on, cause see, I never knew that.
Yeah.
Because the cats from the '70s,
Yeah.
these are the elders now
Right.
that's telling the young kids, stop sagging your
Stop
pants,
packing.
stop doing this
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
I remember Kirk Franklin said, look, I'm talking to the old folks. I'm like, oh, shit. He was in some church. He said, I'm talking to the old folks. He said, y'all need to stop trying to demonize and demean these children for doing the same thing that y'all did, and you done got saved and you living
Yeah.
for God.
Yeah.
You don't do that shit
They
no
used to
more.
do it
And
a
you
lot.
sit up here, he's like, he said, if you talking about this girl that got these little skinny, this little short dress on,
Mm-hmm.
you ain't mad at her. You mad at her because she reminds you of how you used to be, and you don't want nobody to know you used to be like that because now you saved, you done gave your life to God. Instead of saying, hey girl, let me tell you something. I know I've been there. I used to
there.
dress like that. I know what comes with
What
that
leading
territory.
to, yeah.
Now, if you want a bunch of kids, keep on doing it. If you want men to dog you out, keep doing it. Keep dressing like that. Keep acting like that.
Yeah.
But if you want to
Yeah.
get something that you got to clean it up a little bit. Same thing with the men. Hey, bro, let me tell you something. I know what it's like. Yeah, I've been out there. I was out there
Yeah.
fighting and pulling guns and this, that, the third. But it didn't give me nothing but locked up, get my friends killed, this, that, the third. So if you want to keep on being a tough guy, all the bad folks is dead and in jail.
Yep.
Ain't no tough guys out here on the street, and if they are, they ain't out here long.
There's partners I want to talk to, now gone.
Gone.
Go.
And you be like, they shouldn't be, but at the same time, we don't have that call. We
Yeah.
can't make that call.
No.
Yeah.
So we have to take accountability for our own selves. Love, of course, it starts within.
Yeah.
We weren't taught that. We were always taught to love everybody else.
Yep.
And then of course, if they following it, then they're gonna love you. So that's where we're gonna get our love from. And if don't nobody love us, Jesus does. But guess what? I'm sorry, but that's just not gonna be enough. If Jesus loves you and you don't love yourself, guess what? You can't even receive
even
the love
love
from
from
Jesus
Jesus
because you don't love yourself. So you
You're
don't
right.
even know what love feels or looks or tastes or smells like.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Yep.
Right, right.
So if we can love each other, we can love ourselves. We should love ourselves. If we need to communicate with ourselves. Hey,
Yeah,
you
start
know what?
with self
What's
first.
wrong with me?
Yeah.
What are my issues? I need to deal with what I got going on. How I'm gonna try to help this next person or these. I can't talk to the youth if I'm trying to tell them about something and then I ain't doing nothing with myself. Every time they see me, I'm just going, man, I'm finna quit my job. I'm sick of this job. And this is the third. And I'm trying to tell, man, you need to get a job. You need to go to work. No, they gonna be like, no, old school. What you talking about, Unc?
Yep.
Like, if the dude came past this house every day, if you weren't doing nothing but just sitting outside and bullshitting, do you think you would be able to reach him? You probably could because he was on that same page. You'd have met him where he was at.
Yeah.
But then it's like, well, shit, since we here, hey, let's go do something. I got a project. Look, I got. Remember we taking the tree limbs out?
Yeah.
He should have been out there with us that day, taking them tree limbs
I
to the
told him
street.
to. I said, man, I was looking for your ass earlier.
And guess what he would have did? You know what he would have did? He would have been out there with us.
Yeah.
Something to do.
Well, check this out, y'all. We gotta get ready to get out here. But first
Yeah.
thing we need the donations, y'all.
Donation, y'all.
Make
Thanks for
donation
your
to
donations.
$ Joe Finger and Joseph Finger at PayPal. Also, we got T-shirts and all that stuff we gonna have come down the pike, and also call in, y'all. We want to hear from y'all. You know what I'm saying? And tomorrow's topic is
If you could be, I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry.
That's
yeah.
it.
If you could be an evil villain in a movie, what would you be?
What would you be?
I'm already that.
if you could be an evil villain in a movie, what would it be? And we'll see y'all tomorrow, baby. Also, we're working on the green screen too, y'all. We didn't know what happened. It just slowed down.
We
So
had,
we
it was all right yesterday. I don't know what Lady J came here and did.
I ain't did nothing.
So we out of
We
here.
were fumbling with it.